Good, thankful Thursday morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique. Those of you joining us across the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It is the 9th day of the 9th month, 2021. Bless up your pretty and handsome selves. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope and trust and pray that you had a wonderful Wednesday and you're ready to do Thankful Thursday with a grateful heart. Whichever platform you're using to join us this morning, appreciate you to the fullest, whether it's the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, the website, GBN TV, Classic 105, and Party Grenada and Go To Vet Facebook pages. Good morning to each and every one of you this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hugs from across the miles, 6 feet distanced hugs this morning. I bless up your whole selves. Let's get straight into it. No sticking this morning. 21 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's see what's the word of the day. This morning's word of the day is cathartic. Cathartic. It's spelled C-A-T-H-A-R-T-I-C. Cathartic. It's an adjective which means of or relating to the purging of the emotions or relieving of emotional tensions, especially through certain kinds of art as tragedy or music. Cathartic. It comes from the Latin word which means fit for cleansing, from the adjective which means pure or clean. The name Catherine is often claimed to derive from that word as well, but this is folk etymology. While the words look and sound similar, they have different unrelated origins. Cathartic entered English in the early 1600s. Word of the day this morning, cathartic, C-A-T-H-A-R-T-I-C, an adjective which means of or relating to the purging of the emotions or relieving of emotional tensions, especially through certain kinds of art as tragedy or music. An example of the use of the word: I'd be having a bad day and I'd write about how I'm feeling with tears in my eyes. It was like writing in my diary, but making it into a song. It was cathartic for me. Another example of the use of the word: we watched the film together and slowly I just started to see my mom starting to weep, my sister, my dad. And it just felt like it was such a cathartic experience for all of us. It was really incredible. The word of the day this morning, cathartic, C-A-T-H-A-R-T-I-C. It is an adjective which means of or relating to the purging of the emotions or relieving of emotional tensions, especially through certain kinds of art as tragedy or music. That's the word of the day, relieving your emotions, putting your feelings out there. Cathartic. As you go about your Thankful Thursday, I always like to stress Thankful Thursday because sometimes we forget to be grateful and appreciative and thankful. So it's my daily reminder or weekly reminder for you to be thankful. So the thought of today fits in with that. The thought for today: life is better when you cry a little, laugh a lot, and are thankful for everything you've got. Life is better when you cry a little, laugh a lot, and are thankful for everything you've got. We all have ups and downs in life. We cry, we laugh, we giggle, we chuckle, we smile, we're anxious, we get angry. But in the midst of all of that, be thankful for everything you've got. And sometimes I'm thankful for everything that I don't have as well. Think about it. So life is better when you cry a little, laugh a lot, and are thankful for everything you've got and everything you don't have as well. Think about it. Everything you don't have, give praises for it as well. It's all for your betterment. That's the thought for today. Send up a quick word of prayer, a quick word of thanks. Be grateful, be appreciative for every little thing that you have, no matter how small it may seem to you. Just be grateful for it. That's what my reminder of Thankful Thursday is all about: being grateful and thankful. Let's see what's celebrated today, the 9th day of the best month of the year. Nope, I'm not tired of saying it. A few things are celebrated today. The one I'm going to point out is Teddy Bear Day. Teddy bear. We all had a teddy bear or two that we've grown attached to from childhood. This day honors the history of one of the childhood's favorite toys. We all have a special cuddly teddy as a child, and some of us still have our teddy bears from our childhood. No matter what kind of teddy bear you had, the day is a perfect time to celebrate your childhood friend. I still have teddy bears from childhood. One of them still sleeps on my bed. Don't judge me. He still sleeps in the... Mommy, leave him alone. Leave me alone. He still sleeps in the corner of the bed. It's my childhood cuddle buddy. And yeah, he's still in the corner day, so leave us alone. It's Teddy Bear Day. Just remember some of your favorite teddy bears. Some teddy bears have been passed on to our children, to our nieces, nephews, godchildren. Just remember them today and reflect on your favorite teddy bear today. Just a light Thursday today. Nothing too heavy to celebrate. Just reflect on your favorite toy from back in the days. And maybe you still have it. Give it a little touch when you pass by. Dust it out. Some of them gather in dust. Dust them out today. It's Teddy Bear Day. All right, information time. Quick update on Grenada's COVID-19 status. Ooh, my head just hurt me there. What happened in there? My head just say bam. All right, let me go. COVID-19 information. Yesterday, as of 8 p.m., Grenada recorded 135 new COVID-19 cases, which brings the total number of active cases to 1,406. Yesterday as well, Grenada recorded an additional COVID-19 related death, bringing the total to 14. So far, Grenada has recorded 14 deaths of COVID related to COVID-19, 1,406 active cases, 135. This is the second consecutive day that our numbers have been in the hundreds. No man, it's the third. The third consecutive day that is in the hundreds. On Monday, it was 200 and something. I like to look at the positives. So 3 consecutive days, we've had less cases compared to Monday. So hopefully that means we are on the we're coming out on the better side of this entire situation, this wave of COVID-19 in Grenada. So let's look at the positives. Hopefully it stays that way. Speaking to Minister of Health yesterday, Nicholas Steele, he highlighted that it's still a little bit too early to gauge if we are coming out better. You have to look at the caseload for about a 10-day period, and that would indicate the direction it's going. So this is day 3 of less cases compared to Monday, so hopefully it continues. I tell Ollie I like to look at the positive. So let's see what happens. All right. So far, 28.47% of the population have been inoculated, have been vaccinated. So let's see how the numbers continue to unfold as the COVID-19 situation continues. And in the meantime, let's get ready for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio, those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you highlights of last evening's newscast. It's Good Morning Grenada on a thankful Thursday. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Tune.
Persons looking for economic change in the not-too-distant future had better think twice. The word is that we will be in a tight financial space for quite a while. The sobering thoughts of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell as he addressed the opening of the 2022 budget retreat this morning. He addressed the retreat session from his desk at the Botanical Gardens.
With the steps that we took in locking down the country, there was a feeling that within another year or so that we would be able to return to business as usual. So while to some extent there was an adjustment in the decisions that we make in preparation for the 2021 budget, the fact is today, the situation is in fact very different from this time last year. It means whatever adjustment we make, we have to do further adjustments.
The Prime Minister says the 2022 budget will be a challenging one to compose and execute, but the country remains resilient.
Everything we do now, as we look at the preparation for the 2022 budget, ought to be guided by the present atmosphere, which, based on what we are seeing, we do not expect to see major changes in how we operate within another year.
A suspension of the fiscal responsibility rules will continue into 2022. The expenditure rules and targets in the Fiscal Responsibility Act were first suspended last year amid the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. In March 2020, the escape clause in the Act was invoked and the expenditure rules and targets were suspended for that fiscal year. Despite the challenging times, the government continues to face calls for salary increases, which are due to public servants and teachers.
One is the fact that the outstanding and retroactive payment of 7 months, January to July, that is still not resolved. As you and the public would know, government indicated that they cannot pay that. It's $8.4 million cumulatively that's owed to all public sector workers in Grenada for the course of 7 months. $8.4 million. In the grand scheme of things in Grenada, we know that $8.4 million is a mere drop in the bucket. It's a trifling amount compared to government's sort of a spending habits.
However, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, warns against the perception that all that's needed or desired is within arm's length.
There is that perception that government can find resources at any given time to do whatever we wish to do. But the question of where the resources coming from is never addressed in our initiative to spend. I believe that we have to come to terms with this because that's a harsh reality. That the present atmosphere and how going forward requires a much clearer understanding of that process.
The retreat is being held virtually and has brought together members of the business community and other sectors who must collaborate with government to further the country's economic growth. For GBN News, Janelle McDonald.
And speaking about the economy, let's look at another type of economic activity. The St. George's bus terminus was still abuzz Wednesday despite the National Bus Association's expressed concern for safety and its decision to withhold service for at least 1 week. Bus operators spoke with GBN's Crystalina John and shared their reasons for still being out as if it was business as usual.
The National Buses Association took a stance to stay off the road from today. However, some bus operators did not heed that call. In a release issued on Tuesday, the NBA called on all its members to suspend operations from Wednesday 8th to Wednesday 15th in the first instance. Their rationale for the action was stated as a safety measure to protect its members and the public, given the increasing numbers of positive COVID-19 cases on island. GBN engaged some operators on why they decide to continue operation. One driver thinks the NBA did not go through the right channel before taking such a decision.
If the bus association make that decision, right, as I was advocating to them, did you all meet with the government to let the government know that you all are pulling up the service? And in regards to that, my answer, they didn't. You understand? Because based on the answer that I got from the president.
Others say people need to move about and they are willing to provide the service.
The reason why I'm out on the road today, that is because, some of the people have to go to work. We cannot afford to leave some of the people struggling, because we are the same bus drivers that look daily for, so some of us have to look daily for them just the same, right?
Customers travel with me daily. So they asked me last night if I walked in today, and I tell them, yes, they got regular, monthly, daily customers travel with me all the time. I depend on them and they depend on me.
They can't have nobody to help me pay my bills. It's true I take my risk, but doing all the necessary thing, sanitizing the passenger and doing the protocol. Then close the terminal.
You just have to keep yourself, sanitized and try to keep away from the passengers, because right now I hold only one in front with me. Yeah.
When I out here today, when we had the rotation, I was home and them was working. Right, so I decided, well, me and brother with them, I come out to work today. Right, and that's about it.
This bus driver who plies the number 2 bus route says it should be a level playing field.
Telling us pull our service, stay home, whereby we would not make a dollar. When they come to you and offering you the staff work to bring the staff, say you do not want it because you want to protect yourself and everybody from the COVID. If you decide to take the staff work and a man decide to sit down home, how is he going to make a dollar? You understand? So you're looking out for yourself, but you're not looking out for the ordinary man. You understand? And this is the reason why men come out and work.
The release added that busmen are constantly at risk, transporting members of the public to and from testing sites without knowing their status. They are now choosing lives over livelihoods. Christelina John, GBN News.
Thanks, Christelina, for keeping us up to date. There's another severe blow to Grenada's efforts to woo visitors and returning nationals to the island. The United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, has issued an advisory telling people that they should be careful when planning to visit Grenada. As we will hear from Rena Pear, the island is also on the no-go list issued by the British government.
The CDC advisory has dealt a blow to its efforts to get back on a sound economic footing. The island, which is heavily dependent on tourism, started registering an uptick in passenger arrivals as many Grenadians abroad took the opportunity to return home on vacation or to attend family events. Expats and other travelers had also started making bookings as some of the resorts reopened their doors. The latest CDC advisory will now lead to a regression on international travels into the Maurice Bishop International Airport. It issued the advisory yesterday because of the high level of COVID-19 cases in the country. Minister for Health Nicholas Steele says he is not surprised that Grenada was also placed on the UK's red list.
The UK changing us on the list means that we are a risk to the UK. It's not the UK risk to us. Our quarantine policy is more stringent than the UK quarantine policy. But the UK is saying now, which is correct, there is a greater risk of travelers getting COVID-19 in Grenada than in the UK. So they're warning their citizens to be careful when they come to Grenada because there is community spread in Grenada.
CDC uses travel health notices to inform travelers on current health issues that may impact their health, such as COVID-19, in destinations around the world. Minister Steele explains that 2 specific components are always reviewed by CDC and the UK health officials before placing countries under these lists.
About Grenada has a lax quarantine system or Grenada has no quarantine system. They're going to be looking at 2 specific things: the level of vaccination and the level of community spread. Those are the 2 things that will determine us changing from here on now on the UK watch list or the CDC, which we expect as well, if it hasn't happened already.
Grenada has so far recorded more than 1,400 active cases with 13 COVID-19 related deaths. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
The round-the-clock care is taking its toll on health workers. One of the group of overburdened caregivers had no choice but to throw in the towel today, leaving a group of disgruntled persons who needed their help. Christelina John reports.
If you had any reason to believe that you were exposed to the COVID-19 virus through an infected person, you are required to go and get tested. Well, that's what some persons tried to do today as they showed up at the Grenada National Stadium, only to realize that no services were being provided. One person told GBN off camera that it was a frustrating moment.
At 3 hours, I was there about 7:30. People was there about 6:30 inside the stadium. After they say we don't have no test today, just like that. I find the Ministry of Health had to be organized this team better than that, because people concerned about the health. Some people coughing, the sneezing, and they want to be tested. I call now walking from the stadium in the health center in town. They tell me the same thing. You don't have no testing today. Look the amount of people there. Grenadians want to be tested because they have concern about the health. Please help us. Don't let it explain to the public there that they know is tired because the day before they overwork themselves. The amount of people go and get tested, so they don't come today.
Our news team checked with officers manning the desk at the stadium where the testing has been conducted in recent days and were told, yes, they were scheduled to provide services today. However, the team to do the work could go no further because they have been overburdened by the hundreds of people who came forward in recent days to get tested. Health experts have warned that this would be one of the drawbacks of trying to respond adequately to COVID-19 pandemic, that of overworked healthcare providers. Consultant physician Dr. Raquel Davis of the Bahamas attested to this in a recent interview.
We passed the breaking point. And I don't know how you could be past the breaking point, but it is to that extent. We have hospital workers who themselves have lost their loved ones to COVID. And even in that, I've lost my father to COVID. And I had to pick myself up and remain in the fight.
Health officials continue to stress the need for vaccination as countries meander their way through one of the biggest health challenges to hit the world in recent times. Christina John, GBN News.
The labor movement, officials and members of the business community are beginning to assess just how much more the nation's purse will be stretched by the coronavirus impacts. No movement days kick in here as of Friday evening. Officials believe this could be the precursor to even more stringent measures.
President of the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union, George Mason, does not believe government placed enough emphasis on preparation for the increased positive COVID cases. Mason blames this now negative outcome as a result of people's irresponsible behavior.
I also think that the preparatory aspect by the government, although there was this pronouncement, this prophetic pronouncement by the Minister of Health that people are going to die, I don't think efforts were made adequately to cater for that exponential increase in that the aspect of having an adequate place to place the people who are positive was not done in a way that would have warranted our expectations. I didn't expect that COVID cases will be mixing with other health issues.
Business consultant Michael Archibald was a guest on GBN's Beyond the Headlines Monday. His thoughts coincide with Mason's.
To survive, you have to eat. For you to eat, you have to be working. Either you're employed somewhere, or you have your own business, or you're a farmer or a fisherman or whatever it is. When we lock the place down, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't earn a living. If I can't earn a living, I can't feed my wife, I can't feed my children. So whatever we're doing, we have to bear in mind that people have to earn a living, number one.
In analyzing the issue further, trade unionist George Mason says the recent exponential increase in COVID cases will now require government to dig deeper into its coffers.
So it's going to have a tremendous effect economically, physically, and it's going to also have some emotional stress. So that's at the onset. At the national level, it will necessitate a program from the government where it is expected the safety nets, social safety nets will have to be extended to cater for that or to cushion the effect that fallout. Therefore, the coffers of the state will have to be extended in that regard.
Mason says workplaces will have to make adjustments with their operational hours, which will obviously result in layoff or rotation systems being put in place, resulting in less take-home pay. Christelina John, GBN News.
Thanks, Christelina. And now we're going to do some analysis. We will be joined live by business advisor Mr. Michel Williams of Dominica. Mr. Williams was a guest on GBN's Beyond the Headlines program, and he was looking at some of the common threads running through the conversation between Grenada and some of the Caribbean islands. So, Mr. Williams, no movement days, as mentioned in that report, will take effect here on Friday afternoon. Several businesses here already for this week. The town was like a ghost town. They were closed. And as you might have heard in that dispatch from our Christelina John, the trade unions are worried that the already displaced workers will feel the pinch. So many people have been on the breadline in the last year. Your thoughts?
Well, there's no doubt about it. It's going to be fairly tough in any restricted period. Ourselves in Dominica just coming out of about a month of restricted period, and it almost feels that the month of August has not really ended because everything was pushed. And that is really the consequence of the surge that comes through. So no doubt businesses will be closed. Even right now, as of today, we had a couple of businesses that had to shut down because of high positive COVID cases. And those that aren't positive or vaccinated still had to go home because the entire place needs to be sanitized for the next 2 or 3 days. There is a financial fallout anyhow you slice it. The vulnerable, as they said in the piece, has to be picked up by the government, and there's some tough times ahead for Grenada. There's no question.
I mean, it's tough for people. You can feel this sense of gloom and doom, if you want to call it that. So for people in the business sector who are looking for some kind of glimmer of hope at this time, where can they find it? Under the bed, that would be looking for his show.
Well, there's not really a glimmer of hope. When you get into a surge, you have to get down to the only thing that matters right now is flattening that curve. And the way that you do that in the shortest space of time is to restrict movement as much as you can. And that cost runs the entire gambit of the economic cycle and the economic ladder. Everybody's going to feel the pinch on this. And so there is no glimmer of hope until they can get those positivity rates down and you can start back opening up the country.
So you think it's
a number of weeks away.
Yeah, so you think it's a kind of double-edged sword because you need to probably close down and slow down, but yet you need to keep economic activity going. Where do you find the balance?
Well, there's no real balance to be found in a surge. The problem you have, this virus is so infectious. You're going to have to find a way to try and keep some of the critical businesses open. And close down some of those businesses that are more in tune with congregation of people to try and slow the spread. So even, on the Dominica level, a lot of, supermarkets and pharmacies did not close. There were no movement weekends, of course. But almost every other business, including government service, was moved to virtual and at home. Schools are still going to open back in virtual for the foreseeable future. There, because the positivity rate, although it has lowered, it is still 60, 70 cases a day. So it's a tough time. We have to get our vaccination rate up, and we do have to stick to the protocols when they are set out, because this is the result of it.
Well, Mr. Williams, we know, like you said, it's a dicey situation. Thank you so much for helping us break down some of those scenarios as we look ahead to crawling back into our nests, because the no movement days begin Friday afternoon. And you said in Dominica, it's a similar situation. Thank you so much. And we look forward to your helping us cut through the noise as we continue to meander our way through this pandemic. And we were speaking there with business advisor out of Dominica, Mr. Michelle Williams. Thank you so much for joining us.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
State-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
We've gone through a season of such darkness in this world with COVID-19. We've seen such terrible sadness. We've seen global death. And now we see a light in the tunnel with the vaccination programs globally. And, still the light is not totally bright. But I want to tell teachers it's a great time to be a teacher. It's a great time to be an educator. I want to tell children it's a great and a wonderful time to learn. And I think God has given us an opportunity to be in a different kind of learning space. And I think that we should take all opportunities that we have as we move into a new academic year, 2021 to 2022. I want to wish everyone the best. I want to ask God's blessings on our education sector. And I look forward to great and marvelous things coming out of all of this, even after COVID.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Get Ruby Gas. Get cooking. Ruby Rubigas clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get going. The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with Ministry of Fisheries and the Senator with responsibility for farmers and fishers, is inviting all farmers and fishers to an online meeting via Zoom to discuss the operations of their trade in a COVID-19 environment on Thursday, September 9, 2021, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Attend and hear remarks from Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Minister for Agriculture Honorable Peter David, Fisheries Minister Honorable Yulin Bean Hosford, Senator Roderick St. Clair, and officials from the Ministry of Finance, Health, and the Royal Grenada Police Force as we discuss how to move forward in this COVID-19 era. To connect to this very important meeting, visit the Ministry of Agriculture's Facebook page or check with your extension officers for the link.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Are enjoying free drinks, free electricity, free fuel, extra cash account, free internet, cable, and data, all for 1 year. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion. With just 2 draws remaining, you can be the lucky winner in August and September for property or vehicle insurance for 1 year, free cooking gas for 1 year, and the big free groceries for 1 year. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Sol Gas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carrot Brewery, Coca-Cola Grenada Bottling, Grenlick, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny, and Supreme. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Grenada Electricity Services Limited, Grenlec, advises shareholders and other stakeholders about the postponement of its 62nd annual general meeting, originally scheduled for Thursday, 16 September 2021. The decision to postpone the meeting follows a change in protocols for gatherings as a result of community spread of COVID-19. Grenlec urges you to continue to do everything in your power to keep yourself, your family members, co-workers, and friends safe. Grenlec apologizes for any inconvenience caused by the postponement of the annual general meeting and will provide further updates.
The
Hero CPL T20 is back. Catch all the smashing action from St. Kitts and Nevis, August 26 to September 15
on GBN.
Play.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Feel good facts. Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada, 19 and a half minutes after 7 o'clock. Those of you just joining us, happy to have you. Those of you who stuck with us, thank you for your patience. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for tuning in to Good Morning Grenada, for starting your mornings off with us here at the GBN and Classic 105. Always a pleasure. Without you, there'll be no me. So thank you very much. Let's get into it. It's time for Talk D Tingz Thursday. Going to give you a topic and you're going to share your thoughts on it. And this morning, I was in two minds. I had two things in mind, so we're going to talk the both of them. Two things. One, how are the current COVID-19 regulations affecting you, if they are? And secondly, is now the time to suspend bus operations? Do you agree with the suspension of bus operations service to the public? So talk the things on both and we sticking to the topic. We are sticking to the topic. Landline number 435-2041. WhatsApp number is also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp, and you can talk the things on Facebook and YouTube. So we're talking two things this morning. How are the current COVID-19 regulations affecting you, if they are? And secondly, is now the time to suspend bus operations? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my darling.
Morning, Tanti. How you do?
Hanging in there.
All right, talk the things.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Keep yourself safe.
I shall. All right, go ahead.
Well, I think the bus driver should have a little, give the people something more, because, they have to go to work. They still need the bus to transport them. And if they stop off the bus from going, what will happen to the people? Nobody can walk. Nobody can go nowhere because they don't have buses. They can't walk to go everywhere they're going. So the bus drivers should have a little more patience with the customers and let them know before they come into the bus, sanitize their hand, their mask must be on their face before they enter the bus. So they have to take care of themselves and take care of the people on the bus and conduct themselves in the right way, do it in the right way. Bus drivers, give the people some, give them some far distance, but remember they have to move about. And have a little patience with them. The time will come, you will need them more, and they won't want to worry you. So give them the patience they need. And all the virus that reign in the world, we have to keep our far distance, and we must know there is a God, and He's the only cure for the virus. Now the vaccine is there to help, but it's not saving lives. We all have to live this life one day. We're going to die anytime. But remember, God give us life to live, we live it for Him. Keep your distance, do what you have to do. Wear your mask, keep far from one another, Keep yourself close to your family and let them know, well, what is written in the world is not of God. We must live for God. We must pray and ask God to help save us all, the remainder in the world, from COVID-19. It's a dangerous weapon. It's a dangerous disease. It takes less, it never gives. It takes. Every day people dying from this virus. We were so sure that we were so close to this thing and we far away from it. Now we all in the center of it now.
Okay.
So we have to keep far from the virus and pray to God for our safety.
Okay.
Have a blessed day, darling.
Thank you very much, Tanti. Have a good one. Talk the things. Two things we're discussing this morning. How are the regulations affecting you, if they are? And secondly, do you think now is the right time to suspend bus operations? Somebody on Facebook says, I totally agree with the suspension of the buses. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning, Miss Jacob. How you do?
I all right. So long my mommy all right.
Mommy is
all
good.
Right too.
Yes, she good.
And my auntie okay because I hear she was lovely boy.
Yes. So talk the things.
I don't agree for the bus. It's suspending the bus. No. Some of those bus drivers and them, they really nice. Especially those that transferring me from home and taking me from me place to go in town. They really nice for me. Because I living off the road, and when they think they're bringing me straight at me home. And if my bag too heavy, they just jump from the bus and jump straight in my veranda with my load. Because I don't live in, I could say I live in the center of the road. And it's our lot, please. And I'm begging, go and take your vaccine. The vaccine is very good, anti-blossom. I hope you take yours. I take it yet?
No, not yet.
Take it.
Yes,
take it.
I intend to. Once I can build up my mind to do it.
It's very
okay.
Good. And my mommy takes you already?
No, not yet. Mommy ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm telling you something. In the morning time, you must drink a little lemon in warm water. It is very good. Okay, sweetheart.
All right.
Give mommy a lovely hug for me.
I will do
And you
that.
have a blessed day, sweetheart. God bless you.
Thank you, Miss Jacob. You enjoy yours as well.
Love you,
Love.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Talk the Things Thursday. Do you think now is the time to suspend bus operations? And how are the new COVID-19 regulations affecting you, if they are? Let me go to, Facebook, not Facebook, WhatsApp. WhatsApp are coming shortly. Just let me go by Facebook in the meantime. Somebody on Facebook says, if the bus continue to operate, passengers should wear their masks and be 6 feet apart. All right. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I'm not necessarily affected by the buses, but I would like to say that I believe that the buses couldn't have chosen a more opportune time, because half the businesses are closed island-wide. The gas prices has risen, so it's even harder for the buses to make $1, right? And they are exposed to COVID situation just like everybody else. So they took it upon themselves to protect themselves, as well as, the fact that the government isn't raising the bus fare by 50 cents. I think it couldn't have been a more opportune time, because it's costing the busmen more than they're making. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much, caller.
All right.
I like your outlook. Somebody on WhatsApp says, regulations are affecting me positively. Less movement, less chance of becoming infected. Yeah, WhatsApper. WhatsApper says the bus operators are trying to keep themselves and passengers safe, like the other businesses that have been closed. It's only for 1 week. Less movement and congregation of people, greater chance of breaking the chain of transmission. Leave the busmen alone. We do not have the resources or capacity to handle this crisis that we are facing. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Doctor.
Morning, how you do?
Morning, I'm good. Morning to viewers and listeners. I'm so encouraged at least he come in to deal with the issue of the buses, something which is try and work out a long time. You might have remembered I said one time ago that you need to
sorry, caller, I'm having trouble hearing what you're saying.
No, I said, are you hearing me better now?
That's better. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that I'm a little bit encouraged that we are attending to the issue of the bus now. Because as you will recall, for months I've been talking about the issue of the bus. If we had already dealt with that, maybe we wouldn't be in that crisis that we are related to the bus. I'm not talking the overall COVID situation. So what we need to do now is see how we could work along with the bus people to see how we could, especially if we're going to open back in a way that it's going to be satisfactory to everybody. But because we don't know holistic planning in this country, everything is on helter-skelter. I think you remember last week I was saying to you, we need to find a solution. And the doctor came on the radio. She asked you read a question from a WhatsApp or somebody. And she said something, well, you can apply the social distance in the bus because if a bus driver tries to apply, you have to only take one passenger from Victoria to St. George's, and that is not economical, of course. But we just can't dismiss things like that and say, well, there people put their life in danger. And so it is insisted that or encouraging that something is being attempted. Do you think you also asked a question about how people are affected or how, on the COVID?
About the regulations. How the regulations affecting you, if they are?
Well, because, for instance, the problem is that I need certain supplements. For a condition I have. I sent in last week and I'm not getting. So it is affecting me. Because, certain places are not open, like the pharmacies and so on. I can't get the stuff I need for my condition. So it's affecting, and I think even Poynton is affecting because the bread people who come before my door, the bread man, have not been coming for the last 2 days because they already also is on, the operation is on hold. So it's affecting. And these are things we didn't look at. We didn't never look at the issue of resilience and response and so many of those acute situations. And I hope we learn next round. In every sense of the word. I hope we really learn so that we could not have this chaotic situation we have. Finally, Blossom. And I'm pleading on behalf of the nurses and others. Somebody told me they traveled in on Friday, and they were very sorry for the nurse because one nurse had to attend just over 60, at least 60 passengers, taking down the information and applying the test and so on. That is ridiculous. We have to do better than that.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, caller. Talk D Tingz Thursday. How are the regulations affecting you, if they are? And secondly, is now the time to suspend bus operations? Somebody on Facebook says, it will be highly irresponsible to ask bus drivers to stop operations if places are opened. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom. How are you today?
Morning, I'm good. How you do?
Good.
All right, Talk D Tingz.
Yes, the bus drivers, they were very careless. I travel on the buses sometimes, and people come into the buses without masks. They would just take them on, not saying a word. No disinfectant, nothing. Right. The next thing is, the buses were not addressed. Like the authorities are saying, travel at your own risk. When we had less cases, the buses were asked to lessen the amount of passengers per seat. This time around, with so many cases, nothing is being said about the amount of passengers the buses carry. Now, the busmen have started getting sick. We have one person online saying how sick he is and warning the bus drivers to take the necessary precautions. 2 busmen in your news this week died in St. Lucia from the COVID virus. So while the busmen are being wronged for pulling out their services, their situation should have been addressed in a better way. For example, you could have said, okay, take less passengers, right? People are traveling less now because town is basically closed. And for the time that you're traveling for let's say for the 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, we will allow you to charge a little more per passenger, right? The people who do not have to travel, that might make them hesitant to take the bus because they have to pay a little more. I'm just saying that as a suggestion, not that it should happen. But I think the busmen were left, live or die, it's up to you. So up to now, it's not too late. They could be called out and spoken to and some solution reached. Because, trust me, this thing, it is not easy and everybody have to secure themselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I understand what you're saying. They will left to fend for themselves. Okay. I'm not sure about the increase in bus price, whether temporary or not, but but I understand what you're saying, Cole. I understand it. Facebook, 17 years ago this time we had no water, no electricity, no place open, no bus on the road. We made it. I applaud the buses that continue to provide their services. They need the passengers, not only now but every day, and do have them stranded is not a good reflection. So kudos to those taking passengers to work and to get what they need. The ones working will make enough to sustain themselves. The rest could pack up. WhatsApp, somebody on WhatsApp says, I think it's a fair move by the busmen. However, I urge employers to be understanding with employees who depend on public transportation. Good morning, Cream. Good morning, Jana. Cream says, good morning, Jana. Cream, stop provoking me, please, no man. Still on WhatsApp, somebody says, regulation is affecting me because I am unable to have my vehicle inspected. The inspection station at Dusty Highway is closed. Where can I have vehicle inspected? But WhatsApp, are you late? 1 month we in September. Well, WhatsApp, you know what? WhatsApp, maybe your vehicle was in garage. I'll give you the WhatsApp, are you late? It's still, well, I'm not sure if it's still taking place, but usually when Dusty Highway is closed, they facilitate inspection on the carnage. But I'm not sure if that service is being provided now because of COVID-19 regulations. So maybe you can call Central or call Traffic Department and find out exactly where if they're still doing it at Central if Dusty is closed. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my dear brother. How's everything?
I'm good. How you do?
No, we told the government years ago to buy buses in any case. I mentioned that years ago on the radio program. Government has to buy transportation by way. Government must buy buses. Case who like it, that the business. Buy public, government have buses, public transport running, and that is it. And private will work. For long, the government have one buses for public, private road, what they want, they stop and they want, they walk around the one. You know, all of things is Mickey Mouse thing on the young. We Mickey Mouse in we are Mickey Mouse nation. Mickey Mouse organized Mickey Mouse. It can't change the public that bus and private buses. With respect, I don't negotiate with people and talk to people before you just cut a bus from the road. The best thing about the nation is that the government to buy buses. Catch what we run out and put it in place, and that is it. And then private bus will work. For long, the government have one of buses and they on the road and them joking, you know. But have a nice day.
You have yourself a good one.
Government to buy buses.
Okay.
Government buy buses.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. WhatsApp, somebody says it was improper of the Transport Ministry to commend the operators who defied their association. While they may be happy, they should hush. Tomorrow, when they want to work with the association, they will want full compliance. No wonder the jab defied the PM. We must not encourage disobedience when it suits us. Okay. Still on WhatsApp, somebody says, no, busman, you can't say what to do. Are you the PM of Grenada? Landline, no. So let me go back to Faith. Yes, I lie. Caller. Good morning, caller.
President, good morning.
Morning. Go right ahead. Hello? Yeah, I think I heard a click. Caller, so try calling back. In the meantime, let me go to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, I agree with the bus drivers. For one, it's not safe, it's not economical for them to operate. The virus will keep spreading since they can't social distance. One has to social distance outside, but not in the buses. Let the people protect themselves. Good morning, caller.
Yes, President,
yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to offer a suggestion. This is a very critical situation. I would like to ask government if they can, for the time being, take $3 out of the present price of gas. One, let the buses take less number now because they're still jamming and all the rest of it. And you know what? Some of these passengers think that they own the bus. You want to get a seat and they sit down, they wouldn't, ask to go wrong and they look at you cross and that kind of nonsense. And I think if that is done, things would be a little bit better. And I don't see the busmen would agree to that, and let's get things going. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me see. Nothing on YouTube. Let me go to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, last year there wasn't a vaccine. We have a vaccine. Why stop the busmen from running? Still on Facebook, somebody replied to a previous comment saying, vaccine is not working against... Again, it's up to people. Okay. The vaccine is not working against something. It's up to people and their choices. A comment missing something. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning to you and to your followers.
Morning.
I'm joining late, but I hear something about the buses. And,
no problem.
I think that it's a shame, and I heard in the news this morning that the government is applauding the buses that plied. Government should be ashamed. They should keep quiet because they've had over a year and a half to intervene and to do whatever. I have one person who's been clamoring for intervention. They have done nothing. They have offered no leadership. They're like little scared kids staying now and clapping on the sidelines. What have they done? What the buses drivers are doing, it's a cry for help. They are taking in the initiative and asking the government. They're actually calling out the government to come in and offer leadership, and they are afraid or unable, they're impotent to do anything about public transportation. So I'm ashamed at hearing them cheering on from the sidelines. The bus drivers, they are human beings too. They have concerns just as us. Some of their members are victims of the virus. They have families, as every one of us. They cannot survive with smaller loads unless government meets them somewhere. Government, step up. Don't stay on the sideline and cheer. Be an active part. Be a leader, as you're supposed to be in this very serious situation at this bad time in our country. That's all I need to say this morning. Blossom. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. You enjoy your day as well. Talk D Tingz Thursday. We're talking two things this morning. How are the regulations affecting you, if they are? And secondly, is now the time to suspend bus operations? Somebody on Facebook simply says... Somebody on Facebook says, the bus service is an essential service. Another Facebooker says, all the buses could run, they have to be prepared to have less passengers. We all know these are trying times. We should be prepared to follow protocols. Hopping on over to WhatsApp, the bus service is essential. They should continue working in a safe manner. In the face of this crisis, can the doctors and nurses say they are not working because they are safeguarding themselves and their families? We need to be our brother's keeper. Let's work together in this fight. Still on WhatsApp, there have been too many complaints about the buses. Therefore, let us strengthen vigilance and clean them up. They don't want to reduce the amount of passengers on the buses in a real time of crisis. Who's being careless now? All right, no calls yet, so let me go back to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, caller, the government would never take off any money from the tax on gas. Another Facebooker says, if the bus drivers are having problems cleaning their bus, God help. Back on WhatsApp. I'm going on till I get a call. I have to take the break just now. Somebody on WhatsApp says, the regulations are not affecting me because my company locked down for now. But some of the busmen don't follow laws. The law says no loud horn, they do it. No loud music, they do it. They were told to adhere to the COVID protocols, some didn't. So I say bad planning on the National Bus Association. On that note, let's take a break and then we're going to come back inside with some more Talk D Tingz Thursday. It's Good Morning Grenada on Classic and GBN. We'll be right back.
There's no better way to start your day than with me on Good Morning Grenada.
Covering everything you need to start your mornings off right. 6:35 a.m. on weekdays on all GBN platforms. Good Morning Grenada, adding a little blossom to your mornings.
Stop the spread of germs that can make you and others sick. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. If you don't have a tissue, use your elbow. Wash hands often, especially after coughing or sneezing into a tissue.
Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary, Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio. The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
Feel good facts. Help prevent cold and flu by washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. That's the time it takes to remove most germs. No soap and water? No worries when you've got alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
This is a plastic bag. From February 1st, these bags are not to be used when shopping for food. So here's what you should do. Refuse plastic. Instead, bring your own reusable shopping bags and say goodbye to plastic. Choose to refuse plastic. Walk with your reusable shopping bags and help protect pure Grenada from plastic pollution. A message from the Ministry of Climate Resilience.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. While she's in the studio, going to say good morning and happy birthday once again to Beverly Tellisford, aka Ivy. Bless up your whole self. I told the radio people this morning, the TV people know now that today is your birthday. So if you get more messages, it's because of me. Happy birthday, Sugar Plum. Oh, with your little piece, I said, stop blushing. All right, let's get back into it. Talk D Tingz Thursday. This morning we're talking two things. How are the regulations affecting you, if they are? And do you think now is the time for buses to suspend their operations? Let's get right back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how you do? Sorry for keeping you on hold so long.
Don't worry. Thank you very much for what I'm saying.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Talk D Tingz.
Yes, let me tell you something. Now you say the COVID goes from person to person. That's what you say?
Uh-huh.
Right. So when you go from person to person, if I cough, you get it. If you're close up to me, I go to touch you, you could get it. Right. But then they want the bus to work. Right. Regardless of what somebody might be on, they might be on the bus, but you have a problem with them. If the busman catch it, he bring it home to his family. When he go home, what you do? He go home with the whole family and them, his wife, his children, and whosoever in the house. Right. But then we have a serious problem. You know, when you're barbecuing chicken, you just must stay from a distance and smell it. Eh?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. But you don't do that. What you're doing now, you say the COVID go from person to person. But the people who die from the COVID are going to use it as a chicken. You're bringing them by Lacroix, by Atri, and barbecue them with the steam and the smoke and the jump from them. Where you going? Not in the air. That's where you're going. And then what happened? You poison the whole country. Because you say that person-to-person thing is going from person to person. So that's what you're doing. So you go barbecue in it. All you have to do is give trench and bury them. You understand? So what you're trying to tell me? When you don't barbecue with these people and don't do what you have to do to these people, what's going to happen to the rest of the people? If you want to see the beauty of that, Blossom, come by the fish house in town. Stand up there when Lacroix had them thing and watch Lacroix chimney. And you will see when all the black smoke and all the things flying out of there. Right? And then you go see the red heat coming up after. When you coming over the tongue, you go on the Carnage, the same thing. Stop on Hubbard Blaze Street and watch right by Atwi. Go down on the Carnage by in front of the hospital place there and watch it. And you go see it. I don't guess what I'm telling you. This thing go through the air. And when you go through the air, what happens? Everybody inhale it. So then you go tell me now, is that different thing? So the whole system about the whole virus thing is what they're doing with it and how they're doing it. Because this is what you call a man-made thing and they spread it to kill as much as they could kill. Have a nice day with that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. First of all, I don't like how you're saying you're barbecuing them. That makes me laugh. But what's what I'm looking for? The cremation. The cremation process is not... It's a controlled environment to cremate somebody. It's not like you have a pot on the stove and everybody, the air circulating. It's a special room with a special chamber. I was about to say oven. Special chamber. Yes, you see the smoke going up, but it's not all the bodily smoke. I don't know how to put it, but it's a controlled environment. And secondly, the officials say that heat kills the virus particles, which is why I lose my train of thought. Yes, heat kills the virus, which is why that's what they do with deceased people. They cremate them so that they can, I don't want to say it so, but that they can burn the virus. That sounds very wrong and insensitive, but it kills the virus. So it's the safest way of dealing with somebody who have passed away with a COVID-19 related death. Hopefully that alleviated some of your fears, your concerns. I don't like how I say it. It sounded insensitive, but I couldn't think of another phrase to use. All right, let me see. Talk the things. Facebook. Let me go to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, caller, you should keep, not this caller that just went, a previous caller. Caller, you should keep quiet. All you're not doing anything to help but keep complaining. They have their own leadership, so some show them they are not stopping serving the public. Government can do all. Mr. Bernard, how will the country run if government has to do it all? Another Facebooker says, as one caller said, when things were not bad, the bus drivers were given instructions. Now they say the virus is out of control and no instructions are given to the bus drivers. That is speaking volumes. Each man for his own. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Buenos dias. Bonjour. All right, lost that caller. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp said, we all these WhatsApp messages coming one like a minute. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I was not in the country, came in last Tuesday. I checked with the Grand Anse police station. They told me they don't know where to get inspection. They gave me an email address to contact the inspection department. I wrote them. They have not responded. Okay. No, I figured as much you weren't in the island because it's a lot of months past since the deadline. So call Central Police Station and they may be able to tell you, or not Central, Traffic Department. Contact the Traffic Department. Yes, they're located at Central, but it's two different departments. So contact Traffic Department and they can tell you about your inspection for your vehicle. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning.
Today.
Not too bad. How you do?
I'm okay.
All right, talk the things.
Well, at least we could say that we reached to the stage where this variants get out of control, and also they say that there's one that built up in South America that is worse than this one, and they hope that it don't spread. But as an elderly citizen that live in Grenada, I know the Grenada from the hospital from since in the 60s. If there's 3 bus accident and most of the people get damaged, it's chaos. We know the health system in Grenada. Grenada is a small country. All the things they were telling us before this thing reached that, people was not taking heed and they're not doing it. All the doctors still, Mr. Keith, whatever, whoever spoke to the people, we should listen and try to follow. Sometimes leadership is not so, they're not so right, but you have to listen to them. What they was telling us is just like what now. The country cannot shut down because there's something, things have to run. What they was telling us is just like Trinidad coming to invade us, but they have all the modern equipments. Grenada, we only have fish gun, knife, cutlass, ice pick and thing. So take up everything to defend yourself. What they was saying, get your vaccine, social distancing, wear your mask, no crowded. But a lot of people don't want to heed to what was taking place. And it's a small country. We would not escape because we are small. 6 people, 12 people in one house and all these things.
Okay.
No, it is out of control. Even the busmen and them, they was not heeding our Thomas passenger to take and get the people to wear a mask. No, it's out of control. We all in problem. Grenada don't have 2,000 nurses. So what's going to happen? Somebody said that set up a field hospital. Where are you going to get a field hospital? The field hospital in America and them countries, who set it up? The military. Those military is over 15,000 men and 20,000 men.
Okay.
Grenadians, and then, sorry, let me one little time. What I look at again, where you going in to sign with the people, to sign your name? There's 3 people close, 2 people signing close together, and the person that sit down as a security, they're not far from each other. This train is not 6 feet.
Okay.
You have to have 2 more feet, 8 feet apart. This one is different. It's not like 2020.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me go back by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, kudos to the busmen who decided not to run. Maybe the government put something in place for the busmen. Another WhatsApper says, I think the bus drivers shouldn't suspend their services. We need them. They need us. They should also make sure the passengers follow protocols. Yesterday, a passenger had his mask down and was coughing. And he even on that bus so fast. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, bus drivers are human beings too. Stop the stuff. I applaud those who stayed off the road. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. All right, let me go by Facebook. Hold on, let me see any comments on YouTube. Yes, I haven't gotten any YouTube. Somebody says the heat from cremation is more than enough to destroy the virus. Another YouTuber says the Mu variant has been detected in St. Vincent. This variant is said to be more dangerous than the Delta variant. I haven't seen the more dangerous part, but yes, it was 5 cases were announced in St. Vincent. I think it was on Tuesday night. Facebook, somebody says public transportation is needed. Still on Facebook, Grenadians want to obey instructions only when it suits them. That is why they are in this position. You can't choose what you want to obey. Check all yourself. Still on Facebook, let me see if I can have time to take another caller. Somebody still on Facebook says, if St. George's Parish has a vaccination rate of over 70%, then why does government not open St. George and businesses? We shut parish borders before. This will show a clear vaccination goal for each parish and start the country's recovery now, not later. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
So I want to start off by saying that I do appreciate the few St. David's buses that have chosen to run because they are an essential service to bring essential workers to work. But on the other hand, I want to realize that the reason why we're in this issue in the first place is because we don't actually have a public bus system. We have private businesses running public service. So hence, no government or group of persons can mandate anybody to close their public service if it's not already under the service that was closed by the government. Hence, a private bus can choose to run their business if they feel that they need to and also serve the public. So what we need to realize is that I understand that they need hand sanitizers and they need all these things, and maybe they were trying to ask the government to offer them this. But how can we track that if the government gives this private business these services, like the sanitizing of their buses and the hand sanitizer to put on their customers, that they're actually running? Because if you have COVID, or if you just decide that you don't want to run your private business, which is a bus, how can the government ensure that though I gave you these things, that you are actually running? Because we do not track these private businesses. They are all private businesses running a public service. So we just need to realize that we need to transform the transportation system in Grenada. We don't actually have a public transportation system. We just have a multi-sector private businesses running for the public. So that's where the issue stems from. So I hope that we're taking note of what's happening and go and deal with it and get to a better country, because this is going to hamper a lot of people. A lot of essential workers don't have private businesses. And then the other issue, too, is that last year, when they did not give the buses any essential service to run, a lot of police officers do own buses, and they were running as essential workers, running buses to pick up essential workers, and it wasn't actually given to the other private bus owners anything. So they didn't get any benefit from being essential workers because the job was given to people who are already getting paid by the government. So we need to start to realize the issues, the underlying issues in this country of corruption. So we need to start to disperse things properly. That's what I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Bless up your whole correct self on all points. Very good contribution. I applaud your contribution. I agree with you. Private citizens providing public service. And a lot of people don't get that. You make a valid point, caller. It's a good way to end Talk D Tingz Thursday this morning. Thank you very much, caller. And thank each and every one of you for participating. I know there are comments on the WhatsApp that I haven't gotten to as yet, but it's open line on To The Point, so I'll read as many of them as I can when we come back in just about an hour. In the meantime, let's join the BBC for its 8 a.m. newscast. Enjoy the rest of your Thankful Thursday. Be safe, everybody.